As the curriculum designer, actually, there are two main goals for the students. The first one, the biggest goal, I think, is to get students interested in learning English. Since most of the learners of the Voice of VIPKid, they are all starters. So maybe they don't have much experience of learning English. So we hope that they can get interested in learning English when they take this course. So the second learning goal is we want to build their foundations of learning English, like some basic vocabularies which is easy to catch up, and some useful sentence frames for them to communicate when they want to talk with others. And of course, we also want them to learn to sing in the songs while copying the actions or do the TPRs, which will arise their interest. So that's the two main goals for this course. Of course, each lesson will have sub goals, like such as the lesson of actions. Student can learn the way to express the action words and what do you do, and let's play with something like that. So student can use these sentence frames and vocabularies to express their idea. Yeah. Our lesson structures will divide into several sections. We still follow the PPP teaching method, which is presentation, practice, production, and of course, since we have different levels student will take this course, we add another section. It's called extension section. That is the part you mentioned is review part for student to review some maybe a little bit hard sentence frame in the song for them to get familiar with the songs. And then the production part will the student will have a show time to let them show how to sing the song, and they can sing along with the melody, and it's kind of a production. So actually we will follow 3P teaching method. So at the very beginning we will ask the student to listen to the song, which is, as you know, this time phase 2 Voice of VIPKid phase 2 will cooperate with the third party. We use the third party materials, which is Korean company who is good at music and cartoons. So their videos, I think these videos are really interesting. Even as an adult, when I look at these videos, I really love them. So I think at the very beginning, we want students to listen to the songs, so which will arouse their interest. They will get more attention. Wow, this is interesting. I want to learn. So after listening to the songs, the student will learn the vocabularies, which will show in the songs, and then the sentence frames also will present in the songs. So they can learn these vocabularies and sentence frames while singing or listening to the songs, or by doing some activities. So after that, we will have some practice, like interactive practice, like a drag and drop gallery, puzzle pieces, some kind of interesting activity to help them to use these vocabulary and sentence frame to communicate with the teachers. And after that part, we will have extension part. Since we have level 1 and level 2 students, their learning ability really different. So we will add this part for the students who have more learning abilities. So that will be actually each lesson will have 4 vocabularies and 1 sentence frame for students to learn, which is for the on-level student. But if you are encounter high-level student, actually you can use this extension part to teach the students 2 more vocabularies and 1 more sentence frame. After 2 pages, we'll introduce the vocabulary. So that part will introduce 4 vocabularies and vocabulary practice. After that is sentence introduction, sentence frame practice. After that part, student will listen to the song again and help them to get familiar with the lyrics and the melody. So after 2 pages, student will have 3 more pages, which will help them to learn more knowledge about song. Yeah. We try to connect it with the phase 1, we choose the different topic. Phase 1, we have 8 topics, which is student very familiar. Like we teach student colors, like they learn green, blue. So in phase 2, we also choose colors, but we try to teach them another 4 kinds of colors. Actually, that is the most difficult part for teacher to teach such wide range of levels. Actually, we'll use a multi-level teaching method in this course. like a multi-level teaching method is like teachers need to prepare for the class. Like you have to know the information about the student, like how old is he and what is his learning abilities for that. So they can get these information from our system. Like there are some information on that. They can also get some information from the comments that the teacher who taught this kid before. I know they will leave some comments on that. So the teachers will have predict their learning abilities. So when you teach, student will have major will divide into 3 levels, like a lower level, on level, and high level. So for the lower level student, we only let them to repeat the teachers saying what they do. So, and for on level student and of course, the vocabulary and the sentence frame, they cannot independently speaking them out. So the teachers need to help them repeat it, but not in a board. You have to guide them to say these words out or sentence out. So for the on-level student, actually they have some basic learning abilities. They can learn these vocabularies. They can understand what you are saying. Of course, you can ask them several questions if they can answer. Like when we talk about the weathers, we will teach students something about weathers. So in different weathers, what clothes you are going to put. So what kind of clothes you can wear. Such application questions you can ask them. And for higher level students, actually, they are very motivated to learn. So you can ask more questions about them. Even they have different learning abilities, but they are still in level 1 and level 2. So TPR and some teaching tools like Aurelius, which will help them to understand the class better. In the Voice of VIPKid, we have one lesson is talking about the activities like bears can play bubbles, bears can bounce the ball. Actually, the teachers can really prepare these Aurelius, like a real ball. Teacher can bounce in front and you can prepare bubbles. You can really blow these bubbles and that student to catch these bubbles, even they can't. So you can prepare this kind of stuff for the class for that them to understand it better. So I think that's very important. And talking about the TPR, which is really important for students to learn this stuff to help them understand a bit better. But this time, phase 2 have really vivid pictures will explain it very well. Usually, from my experience, I will ask them some like a basic questions. You will know how their English level, like what's your name? If they can answer Mike or Cola, so you will know he can understand what you are saying. If they can't respond at all, that means maybe this kid is a little bit lower. So you can use some easy words to let them understand. So that means you have to use your body language to help them understand it better. So usually at the very beginning, I will ask them several questions to test their English levels, and if so, from that way, I will like adjust my teaching plan. So how to teach this kind of kid.